Hey Lobos, Ben Johnson here with instructions on securing your Google Meet. Unfortunately, the link that's to the Google Meet in your Google Classroom isn't always the most secure way. Sometimes you're not the moderator, which means you can't dismiss students, you can't mute their microphones, you don't have the ability to record the meeting, you don't have the ability to admit people from outside of your class. So unfortunately, the best way to deal with that is just to make the meeting through your Google Calendar, and it's a one-time thing, and so it won't take you a lot of extra effort. Just get it set up initially. So get logged into your Google Drive like I am here, come to your waffle in the upper right-hand corner, and then go to your Google Calendar. Some of you probably never used your Google Calendar, and maybe you won't ever use it again. That's okay. But by using this technique, you'll ensure that you're always the moderator of the meeting, which gives you access to all the tools that you need to run a safe Google Meet. You can pick a time even in the past, so I'll put this in the past. I'll just double click on it. Just go ahead and name it something that you and the students will understand. So I'm just going to call this P2, Q2, practice class. You can put your name behind it if you think that would be helpful to students. And then the main step is to add a Google Meet video conference. And that'll put the link right here. If you wanted to add a guest speaker, you could go ahead and type their external Gmail address here, their Hotmail address, their Yahoo address, and that will actually let them into your class without having to admit them. So just keep that in mind. You can always admit them manually if you forget. It'll just show their name on the screen, and then you just have to hit that admit button. In order to copy this link, just click it and then it'll show you the hyperlink down below. Just right click and copy that link address. Again, right click, copy that link address, and then make sure that you save that. And that's it, you're done. You never have to look at this again or do anything with it again for that matter. The next step is to go into your Google Classroom, and you'll want to turn this link off on your banner. To do that, you click on the cog here in the upper right, you scroll down to the Google Meet, and yours is probably turned on for students, and what you want to do is just turn that off and hit save. And you can see I accidentally turned mine back on, so let me go back to my cog and turn that off and hit save. For some reason the green bar is not showing, so you can see the eyeball is slashed out here, which means students won't see this. So you need to turn that off, tell students that you're no longer going to use that. And then you need to decide where you're going to put it. And you could put this in the classwork area, the stream, wherever you want. So I'll create a new topic, and I'll just call it Google Meet. I'll hit add. And it should be here at the top of my list. You'll notice that anything you've added manually here will be above it, which is okay. If you just want to keep it clean, you could move these things into their own topics by dragging and dropping them. But so now I have this topic Google Meet. Now I need to add a material, and then I'll just call this Google Meet again. I'll paste that address there. I could tell my students what the expectations are down here. And then where it says topic, I just need to remember to put that into my Google Meet topic. And then I'm ready to post that. And as the quarter goes on, I'll probably just continue to drag that to the top of the list so that students are able to see that right on their screen as they go in. And it wouldn't be hard at all to also paste that into the stream if you just want to do that each day. But you'll just reuse that. You should be able to reuse this link forever, and because you made it in your Google Classroom, or sorry, in your Google Calendar, you'll always be the moderator of that. And then I'll just show you how this will work with a fake student. So when the time comes, in fact, I'll have a fake student go into this room before I even go into it, just so that you can see what will happen. So I'll just drag this. I'm logged in as a fake student now. I'm just going to go ahead and paste that into this room, and the student will be able to join that room without you there, which is okay. But now as the teacher, I'm going to go ahead and mute that fake student, and now as a teacher I can come in and join that room also. And I can see that there's already a student in the room with me. But the thing that you'll notice here that's different is that because I made that in my calendar, I have all of the moderator controls in here in terms of letting students share their screen, sending chat messages. In fact, if I want to admit all the students, I could even turn this off for quick access. Okay. But the main thing is, now that I've created this in my calendar, as far as students go, I can click on them here, and if there's a student that's being disruptive, I can dismiss or remove that student from the meeting. And once I've done that twice, that student will never be able to re-enter the meeting again. So if you have a student from outside of Rocky that's being disruptive, you just end up removing them from that meeting twice and they can't get back in. And then you should report that to the dean so that they can work with the student here at Rocky or else at the other school within the district to discipline that student. In addition to that, I can mute their microphone. Just gives me a lot of controls that I wouldn't necessarily get automatically by using the link in the Google Classroom, unfortunately. The other thing that happens is if you go to the tools up here, it's going to give you access to make the breakout rooms, to do the polls, the Q&A, that sort of thing that you wouldn't get otherwise. And then finally, it gives you the ability to record that meeting, and you'll be assigned the recording when that meeting is finished rather than it getting assigned to some random student, which we've had problems with in the past. All right, so anyway, those are the instructions to make that Google Meet in your calendar, and then copy and paste that link into your Google Classroom. I know it's not as elegant as the link up in the banner, but in terms of the functionality of making you the moderator, giving you control over dismissing students that are disruptive, muting their microphones, giving you that ability to record the meeting, make the breakout rooms. It's going to be worth that one extra step, and it's a one-time thing, and then you should be able to reuse that Google Meet indefinitely. So let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this will resolve any of those issues that you've had with your Google Meets. All right, Lobos, thanks for watching.